Hello there, everyone. This is Soul Super 17 here, and let me appears like usual. I do not own this picture, nor do I own the other picture I will show in this video. And this is a non-paid video. Alright, so it is about 3 something in the morning, and I've been taking care of the fire because where I am, it's like 18 degrees outside. So yeah, it's currently everyone's asleep. I have not slept yet because I am taking care of the fire. So yeah, and I've been wrapping my head around this idea that I had to who should I make? A cloud what if or a Sephiroth what if? Okay, also just to let you guys know, I have a trigger warning with Sephiroth like because of Kingdom Hearts both 1 and 2. Don't those game franchises or characters, whatever. And because he was a secret boss, I did not know. Let's just say, even though I was like probably 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, now many times I tried to beat him, I could not beat Sephiroth in those 2 games. So he became a trigger, like, he became, anytime I played for about 2 hours of trying to beat Sephiroth only, I started to twitch, like I started to take out of anger and hatred, and someone told me to stop, and I said not until I defeat him. So yes, he is a trigger warning for me in Kingdom Hearts. I don't hate the character, I just hate him as a secret boss fight because he is very powerful and very, very strong. So yeah. Um So here's the thing. I tried to figure out if I should put Cloud and Sephiroth in My Hero Academia, or should I do something different? Should I make another high school DxD what if? But this time, it's a issei what if. It's what so I decided to do a what if issei was the reincarnation of Cloud and Sephiroth. And I was thinking about it, so Issei's gonna die like normal, but he ain't gonna be saved by Ria's Grimory. No, 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 no. He's gonna come back with a hole in his chest and yet still able to still walk and move and basically kill the person that's killing him. Also, just to let you guys know, I am doing the Advent Children Buster Sword because it's able to move to different parts. And for the sake of, if I'm doing it both Cloud and Sephiroth, I am doing the thing where they are sealed within Issei, but since they are, a part of him, since he is like, their reincarnation, he has both somewhat of their traits. He has Clouds basically sometimes being emotionless, tone, and can be like bad temper, along with Sephiroth being, cold, like how Cloud was basically cold, and he could be very evil sometimes too. And I am not making him a part of the Rias Grumry of the cult club. He is going to be his own person. But let's just say I am bringing in a few people maybe later into this series, but at this point, you all need to know something real quick, though, is this. I don't really know much about their moves, so this is just gonna him be able to, like, learn them over time. Like, he's just starting to, like, try and get used to his new awareness of who he is now. Issei is Issei, but he's Issei with different, like, memories and understanding of the world. From Final Fantasy, but Mako is and everything. He has it inside of him because I'm basically making it where Sephiroth, like you all know, he became God, but I'm making it where he was alive still, but he was Mako itself. The Mako energy itself. And Cloud dies basically. When he gets old, but during this time, you know, Sephiroth decides to give Cloud another chance, and him. So basically, when Cloud is about to die, Sephiroth comes and takes his hand, and he goes, Cloud basically just says, Sephiroth, and then he says, rest now, for you and I will be one, and we will go to a different world, along with someone else waiting for you. And this person is somebody who I find dear in the remake, because I am doing also the remake. So that means remake version of Jessie. If you don't know who she is, look at the remake. Or actually, here's a picture of her. I don't want this picture, like I said. So yeah, she's gonna be in High School DxD. And if you guys are wondering if she's gonna be the ship, yes, this is. I have the ship plan. I don't care. Rias don't care. No, don't care about the ship. Don't care about the ship in this. What if? All right. Okay. So yeah. So Jessie is the ship. Because I just seen the scenes with her and it just looked very, very funny, and I thought it was kind of cute. So, also, she still owes Cloud pizza. I don't know if she lived in it. I haven't gone for the game, but I do know she does because I played the original. And in the original, she wasn't alive, so maybe she's not alive in the remake. But just in case, if she isn't, then she dies in the way in the remake. All right. Okay, so basically, Sephiroth and Cloud are sealed away within issei. Issei's been over time. He had a few times when Cloud and Sephiroth's abilities did pop up, but he couldn't, fully use them. He has to basically die to get them. Also, Drake is still within him. The Welsh dragon is still a part of him. So that's even boosting him a lot more. This is a very overpowered because I'm making it where he's able to use Mako. He still has the Genova cells. He basically able to tank anything after he basically is coming back. But anyways, I explained a lot. So yeah, this is gonna be a different version. Also, the Advent Children Buster Sword, where it splits off into 4 other pieces, is gonna be there, and I'm also making it be able to change into the Sephiroth sword, the Murmosa, yeah, Murmosa blade. I have no idea how to pronounce the name right, so my apologies. But anyways, let's get into this because I talked long enough. Yeah, this is what if Issei was a reincarnation of Cloud and Sephiroth. Part 1. Okay. So, as we begin in canon, in the canon, Issei is just waking up from a weird dream. Well, actually, he's starting to wake up, but for some reason he feels something's off with him. He looks in the mirror and, well, he sees his hair is different. It's yellow and long, a little longer than usual, and it has some silver to it. With the blonde. He goes, "What the?" And he shakes his head, and it's like, there's nothing there. Throughout this whole entire day, it's been different. And, well, the girl who asked him out. And, he's happy. He got a date with somebody. He's still the pervert he is for right now. But, you say, well, he's on the date. Everything's going the same way as usual until she transforms into her real form. And, well, hold on. Let me just get the name of it. As then she, basically Issa goes like, what's going on? Who are you? She goes, oh, Issa, it's still me. I just showing you my true form. And that what, she's wearing. Showing a lot of skin, that's all I'm gonna say. As, Issa is just thinking, okay, even though I'm supposed to be terrified as all heck right now, is it wrong that I like how the way she looks? And then, that's what he's thinking. As he goes, so what's the point of showing me, this way? She goes, oh, because I had to hide who I really was, along with, well, I'm here to kill you. He goes, wait, what? She goes, yes. I mean, I did enjoy a date so much, she's saying. But alas, it must end. So die for me, Issei. As then, basically a hole goes into her. A hole, no, a hole, goes into Issei's chest of a sphere of light. Hits him. As she's just laughing a little, going like, "How pathetic you are." Just because a cute girl asks you on a date, you get all happy, and then you get a little bit flustered just by just because I got so close to you. Well, at least we have the memories that I'll keep. Because this has been a date I haven't had in a while. And you did make it pretty interesting. It's too bad. You would have been a good boyfriend if it wasn't, well, you had something inside of you. Also, quick note, real quick. Sephiroth and Cloud have been talking to Drake. So, yeah. He knows what Sephiroth can do and what Cloud can do. Their inhuman strength is unmatched. So, yeah, but anyways, she says a key word that triggers basically issei, and this is the Sephiroth side of him. And she says, you'll be a memory in my mind." And then like he goes, a memory? Oh, that's all he's thinking. I I don't want to be. I want to live so badly. There's too much I haven't seen, too much I haven't do. As then he hears footsteps, and only he can hear them. She doesn't. Renee doesn't like. Renee doesn't, or Renee. Yeah, Renee doesn't hear them. And well, what happens is he hears a voice. He goes, basically, while making Cloud the canon age where he was in the remake, he goes, "So you don't want to die, huh? Well, we can help you." As then he hears another voice goes like, "Yes, you want power. You already have it. You just have to accept one thing." And he just looks up and he sees these two. He sees Cloud and Sephiroth. He goes, "What do I need to accept?" As then they both say, "You're not 100% human. Well, you're human, but you're way more enhanced. And a simple spear to the chest wouldn't kill you." Because we know Sephiroth has been impaled by the Buster Sword, so I'm giving their durability times 2 because of Cloud and Sephiroth. So yeah, just saying. So he goes, "But it went right, it went straight through me." He goes, "Are you still alive though and breathing?" Cloud just says, he goes, "Yes," and he goes, "Then get up. You have power beyond yourself. It's called Mako energy. It's basically within you because of us." He has Genova cells, which basically is a god. So, basically, somewhat of a god, which gives you even more greater strength than you can ever imagine, as Cloud says. And Sephiroth goes like, "Yes." "I was feared by most people because I became a great hero in a war. But I became a villain in the end. So get up, though. You have a time to die, and it is not today. Understand me, Issei Hudo." As Issei starts to get up, he says, "I won't." He's just saying this to himself. He says, "I won't die. I won't die by her hands, whoever she is." No. She basically, while she was rambling on, she says she was a fallen angel. So he says, "By a fallen angel, I won't die by her." As Issei is starting to get up, she goes, What the?" As all of a sudden, energy is starting to come off of him. The area that the world looked like, the clouds in the sky are starting to swirl around. and there's a blue light coming from them. As just then, multiple blades coming down from the sky are basically shooting down. I mean, not coming down, shooting down from the sky, land all around Issei, but one. As it's the blade from Advent Children, as then he catches it in midair. And basically, there's a hold on. There his limit break. I need to check it out. The one I want. Okay, so I know I said I was not gonna give him, his abilities like his limit breaks or such, but this is something I thought he could just use for one time only until he can fully master it. I need to know what it was. It's called Omni slash level 5. Or Omni slash 5. So basically, though, I'm adding it, the Advent Children, Buster Sword to be different. So it's basically 4 pieces of swords turn to 1, and then it becomes, the Buster Sword, but then it turns into a Sephiroth's blade. They're Muramasa? Muramasa. It's not because I think I'm trying to say Muramasa, but I think it's Muramasa. But anyways, so he does. I mean, basically, when he catches it, she goes, "What the? How did you?" And then he just says, Omni slash level 5. As then all the blades from the ground arise up, and then he just shoots them all at her. Multiple blades are just hitting her. As then he basically goes into the final, like near to the second. I mean, when he goes into the final strike, basically, and he hits her, and she starts coughing out blood. She has cuts all. She basically has cuts, and she's wondering how she's even alive. As then she looks back, and basically, Issei, the sword that he has changed. It turns into basically it just suddenly turns the blade looks like it got longer and thinner. And then right away it turns into the Muramasa like Muramasa blade. And she goes, "What?" And he goes, "I will never be a memory." And then she goes, and then basically he he basically kills her. He kills her this time. That's what but that's what he thinks. But he noticed though, like after he did that slash, he basically thinks he killed her until he looks around and he knows that somebody came and saved her. Somebody like her. He goes, "I'll worry about this later. I gotta go home. But first," as in he coughs out blood, he just says, "You gotta have," as then he uses the Kurga as it heals him completely, even from the fatal wound. As he goes, "Thank you, Mako Energy." As the blade, turns back into the regular sword from Advent Children, and then he looks at all the pieces that he basically used from the swords, as then he puts them all together to make the Buster blade, the Buster sword, a version of it that Cloud, I think, from Advent Children made. So I don't own that movie, but I'm just using the sword idea because I think it'll work. But anyways, yeah. So basically, Issei's walking home with a sword on his back. Everyone's wondering what the, as cops don't even know what to do. They see it, they don't know what to do, but as Issei's been walking home, he's basically been feeling a little bit stronger, a little bit, well, muscular, and just a little. He's not really giving the level on Cloud and Sephiroth strength yet, because he's gonna have to train. But anyways, when he gets home though, his hair is completely changed. It has gotten longer, and his became so it has it's blonde, but with silver in it. Like silver, like it looks like silver highlights is in it. But no, that's his hair color now. It's blonde and silver. So yeah, as Issei's mom comes to the door. He goes, "Oh, Issei, you're back? Is that you, Issei?" And he goes, "Mom, what's wrong?" She goes, "Your hair. And did you get a little bit taller?" And he goes, "Huh?" As he looks in the mirror, he goes, "Oh, yeah, all right. Um, hey, can I have a trash bag?" She goes, "What? Why?" He was like, "Oh, I got a few. I got a lot. No, not a trash bag. I need some trash bags." She goes, "Wait, really? How many?" He goes, 10 of them, roughly." She goes, "Oh, all right." As then like she gives him 10 trash bags, which Issei's father asks, why does he need them? She goes, "I don't know." As Issei basically goes up to his room, he sees all the stuff he has that's perverted. He just puts them all in the trash bags, neatly and tidy, neat and organized. And basically, he just like brings them down one by one. He basically calls up his friends, asked them if they want it, and they said that no, their parents won't let them. So then he just asked them, his parents, should he just leave it for the trash, or should he sell it on eBay, get some money, or well, I think they would have eBay. I don't own eBay, but I'm just saying, I think they will have their own version of it. So, just something similar to eBay. Yeah, something similar to eBay, as you know, she his parents don't know. So let's just say he does it, and in a matter of like hours, all his stuff was bought, and he got like in currents, and it was like over America too. So America and Japan. So the money was turned into basically Japanese currency, which was like he got like 30,000 yen just for all the stuff he had, which his parents were shocked. So he has to open a it basically was when it went over to his he had to open up his own account first. So that did take some time, but it was like over the computer. And then he said, so basically that took, it sold and it was like already transferred to his, like, basically, um, it was already transferred all the way over to his account. So he has some money on him now, which surprised his parents. And they just said, all right. His mom was glad that he's not a pervert no more, because his personality did change. So yeah, Issei started to work out. They did ask about the sword though, real. I'm just saying. He just basically just told them, you won't believe this, but I, how can I explain this? Uh, I'll just try to explain the best way I can. He does have Sephiroth and Cloud's memory, so he explains who Sephiroth is, and then who Cloud is, and how then they came here and such, and he is them. So he still is himself, but the personality made his other personality part of him just disappeared and changed in a matter of minutes. Actually, I walked all the way here, so it took hours. So yeah, which they were kind of shocked by this because he explained the overpowered, his overpowered abilities and who he is, like how he can do things now. So it's like, hey, we got a son who can basically destroy the planet if he ever wanted, if he ever wanted to. Great. And then he says he does find this world more amusing than where he was earlier, so he won't destroy it. And besides, no one uses Mako energy that doesn't even exist here. And they're like, uh-huh. So after, he even like they got in touch with the principal. Let's just say, Issei's mom and the principal were like on um the community board, and they basically they were gonna like coming over to their house as Issei met the principal, and then which the principal did ask him, like, is this really Issei? As they nod, and he explained because he was really early. So he says he is going to have his sword with him just in case, but he'll have it basically. He'll have at least one sword with him, but he'll have it in a guitar case, if that's all right. As the principal just says, "All right, just don't kill no one." And he goes like, "I won't. I mean, I basically can use my Mako energy to cut somebody or not. So yeah." And then that's what he does. He decides to take the regular sword, he goes out and buy a guitar case. He basically took measurements of the sword and he found the perfect guitar case for it. So yeah. And then, he comes home, he puts it in. He basically just goes into his mindscape, which he told his parents he's gonna go do that along with the principal. They said okay. So he goes in, he talks to Sephiroth and Cloud. He basically learns what he can do by also looking for his memories, but this is gonna be like hands-on experience he can get with them. So he basically though asked them, can you guys train me and how long it would take? They say like, alright, so a year in here will be an hour in the real world, and 2 years here will be 2 hours and such. But you gotta know one thing. You got how can I say this? As in, the area in his mindscape starts to go on fire. As he goes, "You have me inside of you also." As he says, just looking at him, he goes like, "A dragon? Really?" He goes, "Yes, I am not ordinary dragon. I am the Welsh dragon, Drake. The sacred gear." And he goes, "So what can you do?" He goes, "I can boost your abilities and enhance you, and anyone else with you around. But I have learned from these two that you are a lot more stronger than any person I have been, part of. So I am expecting great things from you, Issei Hudo. Get him in it, guys. Gotta go take care of the fire." Alright, I'm back. So, anyways, as basically Drake explains nearly everything. It just explains like who the Welsh dragon and the divine dragon is. That's all. And about how they're supposed to fight each other. As he goes, "Alright, so let's start training now, shall we? Cloud and Sephiroth." As they nod, as in all of a sudden, Issei brings the Buster Blader. Well, no, not the Buster Blader. He brings out the sword, and then basically all all four swords that he has, which Cloud smiles. And Sephiroth, he says, "Well, now, this is gonna be a challenge." As okay, just so you guys know, Sephiroth can take on not previous, Zack's master, along with somebody else. So 2-on-2, a 2-on-1. This is not gonna be easy for Issei. So basically, what happens is he spends 2 years training in his mind, which affects his body in the real world somewhat, but not by much, which he has to do on his own. But he has the muscle memory to use both the Buster Blader along with the 5 different pieces. I mean, not the 5, with the 4 different pieces, and the Masa blade on its own. I had to pronounce it like that because I can then say it right. I don't say Muramasa, so it's Muramasa blade. And well, he has the muscle memories to use it right. He knows the techniques from Cloud. He knows even the Mako energy within him, how to manipulate it and use it in magic and such, and that he can actually use it very, very more because it became the skills that Cloud, said he can use are basically were permanent for him near the end because they found a way how to make skills from Mako energy to become permanent, which I'm adding that. I know that isn't true, but I'm just adding it because that's the way, he can. But he says the limit breakers are going to be like a when you need them as a last resort. Also, that way that I can write them all down, but he won't be using any of this one. So yeah. But along this time frame though, Drake has been watching issei, which he says you'll be training to use me, during your weekend. All right, as issei nods, but during this time, somebody has been waiting to see what has been waiting for issei to basically get near death. This is Rhea Scrummery. She goes, "What the? Why isn't he? What happened?" As Akano says, "I don't know. What does it to see about tomorrow? He hasn't been on the news, nothing." So yeah, so basically Naruto comes down when the meeting's over, and his body tone has become muscular a little bit. He's gotten not very. He's only like 2 inches taller, but still, his body grew muscular. That's when he was on the way walking on the way home, but his body was already looking a little bit muscular. It has become more muscular and defined-ish, but he's gonna work on it more. Which Issei's mom was then shocked, including Issei's father, and well, he just told him what he did. Also, he has a dragon within him that's called a sacred gear, and then he basically summons out Drake, which is the gauntlet, but it's a more smaller version of it. And, it fits around his hand completely, and then around his arm. So basically, I'm making it a little bit more fitting to his arm. Not like very big. As in, it says, "Hello there, I am Drake, the Welsh Dragon." As they, Issei's father and mom just freak out a little bit as he explains who he is and how how basically the Welsh dragon, the Vine dragon, have been fighting for years and such, and that their fight will still continue on. But since Issei has 2 people that are, powerful, and one of them became a god, he would not, he would not be defeated by the dragon so easily. But with my, and so then he asked though Issei, "What is your desire?" He goes, and then Issei just thinks about it. He goes, "That's very simple. To become somebody that no one can ever defeat, and I can never be forgotten as a memory." Which Drake laughs at that. And he goes, "Alright, that's a good desire you have. You keep hold to that, and that will in turn make it power for for the sacred gear, as your emotions are your power." As he goes, "Yeah, alright, I understand." And then and then he goes, "Oh, wow, that." As then, he puts his right hand to the side, as then a black wing pops out. And he goes, "I have a wing too." Which Issei's mom, just in awe and like she's happy. Which Issei's father's freaking out. Which Issei laughs at that. And his mom asks if she can touch it. Which he says, "Sure, why not?" Which she does, and it's real feathers. So she goes, "How is it not, how's it going through your clothing?" He goes, "I don't know. Hey, whatever." During this time, while Issei is sleeping, he sees Sephiroth and Cloud. They said, they're not moving on, but they're gonna be giving him everything. Basically, he does have knowledge of their memories and such, but they want to give it all to him, like everything. Like they're gonna, be a part of him, like merge with his soul, so they become one being. he'll still be issei. Issei will be the dominant. Sephiroth and Cloud will be like the side part of him. So yeah. So he agrees to this, and basically they become one being. And when he wakes up, he has a full-on Cloud and Sephiroth personality, along with his own. Besides being a pervert, he's no pervert. That it's gone. No pervert issei in this what if. So yeah, as issei goes on, like gets ready for school and such, he basically grabs his the guitar case along with his school bag and just goes downstairs. He says it like this: "Good morning, mother, father. It's a beautiful day outside, isn't it?" And they say yes. He said, "You alright?" He was like, "Oh yes, I'm quite fine. I'm just a little bit different. It's gonna be quite used to this whole entire personality thing now. I have Sephiroth's, Cloud's personality mixed with mine. So it's gonna be a little time till I figure out what I'm gonna be comfortable with saying. But hey, it's whatever, right?" As they nod, because this is still freaking them out. They're still trying to process this. But hey, it's their son. They don't really care. Besides, he's gonna change, he says. Which, he says his father's proud of him for a way to like basically selling off everything he had. So yeah, but he does ask what are you gonna use that money for. He says he's gonna probably use it in a savings fund or put it away for college, which basically that shocked the parents more than what they know. And he goes, "But I'm going to need at least half of it for myself." So 30,000 yen divided by 50 of it, percent of it will go away to college. So it's around 15. Yeah, I'd say like a good 15%. I mean, not 15, good 15,000 he'll keep, and that will go into college. So yeah, I think that's like half of it. I'm not, wait. Uh, yeah, let's say he keeps 15,000 for himself, and puts the other part of it away. He'll do it for college. So yeah. So anyways, he gets everything after he eats. He looks over his mom. Kisses her on the cheek, saying bye. Shakes his father's hand and leaves. Which they're just happy. Issei hasn't done that since he was a kid, so his mom was happy. So while though Issei was walking to school, he's just thinking about what everyone's gonna think of him. He does see some girls in his from his school looking at him, wondering if he's a new kid and such. As Issei just smiles as their faces go red. He goes like, "Told me would have been freaking out over this," and probably saying something perverted. As the one, basically the girls didn't run. They were just like all like giggling and talking. But one of them came over and asked, "What's his name?" He goes, "If I told you, would you slap me if you knew who it was?" She goes, "Why?" Basically his face has changed though. He just basically says because. As then he goes over to her ear and whispers, he goes, "I'm the no good pervert, one of the trio, remember? Issei Hudo." And then he moves his head away and starts walking. Which her face is still red, but her eyes are widened as then she just smiles and says, "So, somehow he became good looking overnight. Alright." And this is not, Jessie. Jessie's gonna be herself, but younger. So, yeah. So basically, though, this is just like a friend. So as in, like, a girl running over and saying, "Sorry about that. I was late. Overslept." As she sees her friend face blush and she goes, "What's wrong?" He goes, "Hey, remember that Issei kid? The Issei guy I keep on telling you about how he's a pervert?" He goes, "Yeah, he changed." As in basically this, her friend tells her. She goes, "Wait, what?" He goes, "Yeah. I don't know how he did it, but he changed. I like it." As she goes, what does he look like? She points over to, Issei just walking along. as she recognizes the blonde hair and the height a little bit. Along with that, it's a little bit long, but still, she's thinking, Cloud? No, it couldn't be. There's some gray in it. I mean, some silver in it. But maybe it is him. So yeah, she says she's gonna, wait until, classes like during the lunch period to go see him. She asks, "Do you know which class he's in?" Which she does. So yeah. But anyways, when he gets to school though, all the people are looking at him. The principal just sees him, which he is kind of shocked that everyone's looking at him. He even notices it's like some of the female students are blushing at him, and it's just like he just laughs. Issei's best friends are just saying, "Where is Issei?" You know, just like wondering where your buddy is. Which he ain't gonna be friends with him no more, which is the funny part. But anyways, so yeah, so Issei just walking through school. Everyone's wondering what's happening. Konako passes, like bumps into him, and she basically falls on her, well, just falls on her, basically her butt, and he goes, "Oh, my apologies." As then he sticks out her hand and says, "You all right?" She does, well, she blushes a little bit, and then he picks her up. She goes, "Thank you." He goes, "No, it's my fault. I'm sorry." As he does, say, "How can I make it up to you? I can buy you something to eat for lunch. I don't mind." And Kaneko is just shocked by this, and well, she's just saying, "You don't have to." Arias and Akano seeing this, and they're just wondering what the heck. Who the heck is it? We didn't know there was a new student here. Akano says he's kind of hot though, and Arias agrees. But then he basically senses energy from Akano, Rias, and Konako, but Drake, says Drake can basically talk to his mind now, based on making it where he says these are devils. I forgot to mention there are things called fallen angels, devils, and you know angels. Those three girls here are devils. Stay away from them if you want to. It's your choice. As Issei nods. So, I mean, Issei understands, but he does say, technically, I am a fallen angel too, but I'm the one winged angel. As, Drake just laughs, but, he says, good day, Kanako. I'll see you around. And he just walks off. Kanako goes, wait, I never told you my name. He goes, oh, yes. Like, there's some people are near to where they're gonna hear, and he goes, I'm the, I'm one of the freaking school's perverts. Well, it used to be. She goes, wait, what? He was like, who? She asked. He goes, Issei Hudo. Let's just say I had a near-death experience that changed me overnight. As in, he smiled and walked away, which Konako just mouth open because she realized her face was red the whole entire time talking to him, and just like, what the freak? She hates herself now a little bit. I had to put that in, but yeah. Some people heard it. They're in shock. Rooms are going around that the guy that was in front of the school was Issei. So when Issei gets to his classroom, he's already sitting in his seat. The friends already heard that he was here. They run over and they see him sitting in his seat, but they don't know it's him until one of the girls in his class say that's Issei. Somehow, in some way, he became better looking overnight because of a near-death experience. As they're like, wait, why you didn't come over and talk to us? He was like, oh, do I have to talk to you guys? Sorry, I don't talk to perverts no more. They're like, what? You say, come on, we're your friends. He was like, ex-friends. I don't want to talk to no one like you two. You're like, what? What do you mean? He was like, look, we kept on getting beat up by the Kendo Club, mostly me, because you guys kept on using me as your human shield. So I'm done with that. And after this class, after our, during our lunch period, I'm going to go apologize to the Kendo Club teacher. Oh, not teacher, to their leader. You know, or wait till after school, because since there is a practice today. what to do. As the guy of the class says, "Come on, Issei, don't be like that. It's all right. We can go watch, this anime." As an Issei just taps on the forehead to just send him flying into the wall. He goes like, "Weakness. That's all it is." And I don't care for no one like you. As he looks at the other guy, he goes, "So, do you understand me now? Don't come near me. Got it?" As he nods, and he says, "Don't worry, he's not planted into the wall. That was only enough for him to actually hit it and just stay on the wall." As then the guy falls down, the wall is perfectly fine. Just the guy's knocked out completely. Once the teacher came in and saw what EC just did, just tapped him. So yeah, the teacher can't not doing nothing. Everyone's kind of wondering what's in the guitar case. So basically, when lunch period came, Issei, was just walking out when he bumps into somebody, and this girl basically looks like not the outfit, but just pretend uh, the school uniform for high school DxD, and she's younger. I don't know how young she is. I mean, how old she was in canon. Let's say she's around Issei's age, 15 years old. So yeah. Like I said, I did not own that picture. So yeah. But anyways, she basically falls, and he goes, again, second person of the day. As he goes, "Hey, I'm sorry." And she goes, "It's all right. It's my fault anyways." She gets up, and she goes, "So, you're Issei Hudo, right?" He goes, "Yeah. You have a problem with me?" Were you one of the girls I might have hurt their feelings for? Because, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna take no more beating, punches from you. So, you know, if you want to talk, we can talk. I don't really mind." As she goes saying, "Yeah, I do have a problem with you." All right. She's looking, she's thinking, this has to be Cloud. Maybe? No, Cloud wouldn't. She's confused, but she's thinking maybe this will work. As what she does is, he was like, "Yeah, I have a problem with you. You're not, I have a problem with everything about you." And Issei's just thinking, really? You have a problem with me when I don't even know you? And then she does the face where he remembers, like she says, psych to him, and then she basically just does that, and then all of a sudden he has a memory of Jesse. He remembers Cloud's memory, and he actually has. Issei has gained a little bit of a crush for Jesse. And no, but he is Cloud now too. So he's like, "Jesse," and she goes, "Cloud." And then basically they said this out loud as one of the kids says, "Mark," and that's the guy's name. And everyone goes like, "Wait, what the freak?" And that was somebody who was coming out of the next classroom, which the guy just laughing to himself. He was like, "Oh my god." But yeah, so basically she goes, "Cloud, is that really you?" He was like, "Yes and no." How can I explain this? Sephiroth, the hero? She goes, "Yeah." Who then turned rogue and became Echo's. Alright, hold on. Let me just double check. But I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's the Shinra. I had it in my head when I was making this what if, but I couldn't remember. But basically, it's the organization Cloud worked for before he went became an ex-soldier because of his eyes. The eyes changed to become that like the blue and green. So yeah, but anyways, he's basically kind of just gave her the rough details of it, and he's gonna display more. So she goes, "All right, so you're reincarnated because of Sephiroth. You didn't have your power until you died, and now you are who you are, and you're Cloud and Sephiroth together, along with being Issei Hudo, who is, just now a new person who's Cloud and Sephiroth together. He goes, yeah, that's the basic gist of it. She goes, all right. And he says, so, um, we're still on for pizza? She goes, wait, what? He was like, yeah, pizza. Come on. Remember, you promised me? She goes, really? I did? He was like, wait, what? No, please. Please don't you forget that. You promised. And I said, no promises, remember? Along with you, well, you were dying after the helicopter crashed near you. And I said it. And she goes, I don't remember. And then he's basically about to use Fariga on, well, he's about to use fire on her. And then she goes, psych. And he goes, and basically he just goes, you do not know how long I've been waiting to try your pizza, okay? She goes, really? You've been that interested? He goes like, yes. Come on, please. And she goes, all right, after school then. He goes, thank you. She goes, you changed a lot. He goes, yeah, I know. So, want to go get some lunch together? She goes, sure, why not? And so, that's what they do. They just go, they chat, see how their life was. As like he explained everything about himself before he became all this. And she says, wow, you're a big perv. And he goes like, yeah, I know. Don't remind me. I hate it. She goes, well, we have a lot of fiction. I was like, yeah, I know. So what happens is, after that, everything goes somewhat similar, like, like a regular day would. But then he goes, at the end of the day, he goes straight to the kendo team, which he opens up the door, and everyone in her room is about how he looks. So the kendo class, the girls are just thinking, oh my god, why is he here? And basically, he just says, look, I'm not here for any problems. I'm just here to apologize. If you don't want to accept it, that's perfectly fine. But I just want to say how sorry I am for my actions in the past, and it will not happen ever again, and I am not friends with those two anymore, so do not worry. Alright. As the leader comes out, he goes, how do I know for sure? He was like, well, you can face me in a match and see who wins. Alright. He goes, really? He goes, yeah. Normal, but I won't be following the regular kendo terms, so understand that. As she goes, it doesn't matter, you're just a novice, you won't know how to hold a sword properly. As Issei just smiles, he goes, and he says to himself, this might be too easy. I'll hold back. As, well, what happens is, she gets into a stance. You see, it does with, he's just going with not the Buster player stance, but, Sephiroth's stance. And what she goes, what the? And she goes, I knew he's just basically a novice. As when they basically begin, she basically misses, like, is basically Issei on her first strike because she was trying to end it with a powerful strike to Issei to win this. A quick, powerful strike, basically. As he dodges it, and right then and there, he hits her in the side. Not that hard, just tapped her. As they say, point Issei as shocked people. So she thinks it was beginner luck. They go on for at least 3 to more rounds and she still loses. And he just says, see? Too easy. My apologies, but yeah, so that's what happens. And she realizes Issei was better than her. She asks how. He just says, well, I'm still in need to improve. There's a lot of flaws I saw in my, tactic, so you could have won if you realized it, but kind of the form of fighting I was doing wasn't really known, so it's alright. As he goes over to his stuff and just leaves, and then, well, he's about to leave, but he bows and says, I will not be here again. Good day to you, ladies, and he just leaves. And, well, sorry, but, as soon as he gets there to the gate, somebody says, well, what took you long enough? He goes, Jesse, my apologies. The Kendall leader was not willing to let me go off the hook just yet. She goes, well, I've been waiting here for hours. And he goes, wait, really? Oh my God, sorry about that. Then he goes like, psych. He goes, I always miss your personality. She goes, really? He was like, yes, it was always an enjoyment to have you around. She goes, well, whatever. Come on, let's go. So they go and chat, and sorry, but he tells her. He tells her about Cloud's adventures and Sephiroth's, which is only a little bit of them, but she's surprised by and very well excited to hear. As then he basically, she makes a pizza. They talk, and then they eat. He basically called his parents what was happening and such. So, they understood. But basically, he ate it and he's very, surprised how good it is. Well, better than the pizza place that he goes to and eats. She's saying things. It's nice to see you again. I haven't seen no one else from, our home and such. And, well, it's good to see you, Cloud. Issei. And Izuku. And Issei just smiles and goes like, alright, how about this? I asked my parents if I could change my name to not Cloud Strife, but Cloud Huo. Issei, Cloud Huo. And she goes, wait, really? He goes like, yeah, it doesn't mind. I don't mind changing it to that. Ooh, sorry, but she says it won't, it won't like work because it'll sound weird. He goes, that's fine. I promise you that. She goes, all right. So he basically, he's gonna talk to his parents. So yeah, so they eat, they chat more. He goes home. When he gets home, he tells them about it. Tells her how to change the name thing, and they're okay with it because he can do Cloud Issei Huo. Issei could be the middle name, which he's okay with that. That's what they're compromised to right away. So yeah, and they're gonna have to go get it changed. But he says they can just they get it changed online, which only happens in a couple of hours. So yeah, so his full name is. Sorry, the full name is Cloud Issei Huo. So yeah, and then school was notified too. So yeah. But that is where I'm gonna leave it off, everyone, because I'm starting to fall asleep, and I need some sleep. It's already 4 something. It's almost 5, so yeah. That's it, everyone. I'm sorry for making a video very late. It's just I had to take care of the fire and some stuff. So yep. Anyways, goodbye, everyone. Have a safe night. Stay safe out there. Alright, bye, everyone.